Meltzer passing. Lou Williams for the win. Bingo!
Oh my goodness.
By Landry, Ariza dropped down. Kobe! Oh! Up high! Down hard! Kobe caught it!
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Kawhi aggressive to the rack.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to a live here on Dime Dropper in the off season to react to the news that Bennedict Mathurin is not coming back to the Clippers. He's going to go to the New Orleans Pelicans for $16 million for 2 years with a player option in the second year. We are live from Los Angeles as always. Super chats are turned on. If you want to drop $1 or a dime, if you want your comment read on the screen, toss a super chat. And of course, be a member of the channel to support your boy. If you're a Clipper fan, you also get to skip the line at post-game interviews. And this season, you'll be able to join me on stage to talk. Talking about, you can jump on stage and you will get early access to merch when I release it in the beginning of 2027. And of course, I'm doing giveaways as well very soon once I hit 15 and 20 members. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this news, man. Bennedict Mathurin is not coming back. I think I did 2 lives recently, if you haven't checked those out, reacting to Max Strus coming and then reacting to us bringing Bradley Beal back. And I feel as though when I saw both those moves, not just the Beal move, but that made me a little skeptical. But both moves, I was like, yeah, it doesn't feel like Bennedict Mathurin's coming back. And that disappoints me. You know, I know that Ben Mathurin is a polarizing player. You know, he isn't very efficient. He kind of was a ball hog, if we're being honest. Did not find the open man a lot of the time. And, you know, guys, and he's an okay defender. Guys that aren't great passers, aren't efficient scorers, and aren't great defenders aren't in super high demand right now in the NBA. And I think Ben Mathurin has more good than bad. I think his ability to get to the free throw line, to get 2 feet in the paint, just to score 15 to 20 points pretty easily. You know, for example, this year he played 26 games for us and he scored 17 points a night, you know, fairly easily. And now, I mean, he's going to New Orleans. $8 million? I mean, $8 million is nothing. Our qualifying offer was $8.8 million, but clearly he wants to go to New Orleans. I don't know, and I don't think we want him. I genuinely think that we don't want him. So I'm disappointed, to be honest. And I'm mainly disappointed in the fact that, yes, the obvious, Bradley Beal is on the roster and not Bennedict Mathurin. And I get where they could be coming from in the sense that, like, Bennedict Mathurin might stunt the growth of Keaton Wagler off the bench because Ben Mathurin's not going to start. You know, his decision-making and the way that he plays, he is kind of like, he plays like a sixth man. You know, he plays like a sixth man. So I don't think he was like, I think it was pretty established that, you know, he's going to come off the bench. Maybe the Pelicans promised him a starting role. I do not know. I don't think so, given that they already have DeJounte Murray, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Zion, and Derek Queen. Like, I don't see Bennedict Mathurin starting, you know, for the Pelicans. So I can't imagine that it's about that. I genuinely don't think the Clippers wanted him. Which, like, I get it, man. He's not perfect. But he's 24 years old. He's 24 years old. I think that there could be some growth there. Now, some might disagree with me and say, nah, this is what Bennedict Mathurin's going to be. He's going to be a shot chucker. He's going to be inefficient. He's not even going to have a career like that in the NBA. And you could be right. You really could be right. But I guess I'm looking at this kind of glass half full. Like, he could become something. He could become better than this. I just don't think guys that can get buckets like that grow on trees. Like, some might think, well, anybody can average 17 points if you're shooting that much and be that inefficient. I don't think it's that easy, you know, to get shots off, to get to the free throw line, and to do it consistently. Scoring is a skill. And even though I'm a passing guy, this channel is called Dime Dropper. I think that scoring is becoming, like, guys that just get buckets are becoming underrated. But the thing about Ben is he's a role player whose best attribute is to score, and he doesn't really do it efficiently, and then he doesn't pass when he's, in a crowd or the defense collapses consistently. And I don't think the Clippers front office like that. But my biggest gripe, it's just another thing that pisses me off, is that we traded Ivica Zubats for him. Now, of course, Keaton Wagler and the 2029 first round pick are the main, like, highlights of that trade. Like, those are the most valuable assets that we got in the Zoo trade. But we also got Ijax and Ben Mathurin. And Ben Mathurin was the 6th pick in his draft and has only played 4 seasons in the NBA. And we're just going to let him walk? $8 million. Like, he was going to get paid $8.8 million next year with the Clippers with that qualifying offer. So, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of it. And I'm even less of a fan of the fact that Bradley Beal is on the roster and not Ben Mathurin. Like, is Bradley Beal not going to stunt the growth of Keaton Wagler a bit? Isn't he going to want the ball? I know he can play off ball better than Ben. That's a big thing. But is he going to give us the consistent production of Ben? Is he going to be able to give us that 15 to 20 points a night? Is he going to be able to give us that downhill pressure to make the defense work and guard without fouling? Is he going to be as good of, I don't even want to say as good of a defender, because I think Ben was like average defensive. I think he was slightly above average, honestly. I had low expectations for him defensively, but he got out there and guarded much more than Beal did the first 5 games. I don't think that Beal helps us win games over Mathurin, and he definitely will not stunt Wagler's growth as much. I'll say that. But if we're trying to still be competitive and win some games throughout this process, I definitely believe that keeping Ben Mathurin would have been beneficial. Now we get one of my members here. If you're a member, every comment gets read on live. He says they must just look at him and see Cam Thomas. And I guess I don't have a compelling argument for why he's not. Yeah, I mean, the argument is that he's bigger, he's stronger, he can get to the paint more. Cam Thomas is shiftier, much better jump shooter in general and a contested shot maker. But Ben Mathurin, I think he's a better defender. And yeah, he's bigger and stronger and can get to the line. But, I guess the Clippers didn't want him. And I'm just disappointed, man. I just think we gave, like, I know, I said it again. I'm going to say it again, but the most valuable assets in the Zoo trade were the picks. But I just don't think you let somebody that's that solid walk for free. And again, that comes, you're going to have people in the comment section and in the chat right now that are going to say, bro, he's not solid. He's a chucker. He's not good. I just disagree with you. I think you're not wrong and I'm not wrong. I think it's kind of just a fundamental disagreement on the game. And I personally wouldn't be losing that much sleep about Ben Mathurin, but we brought in Beal for barely less money. Like, Ben Mathurin played really well in that Golden State game. And it just bothers me that we have a player that's capable of averaging 17 points a game in his sleep and shot 21% from 3, by the way, en route to doing that. Like, he's not a very good jump shooter, but I can promise you he'll shoot better than 21% from 3 next year. If he doesn't, come back to this, quote me on it, timestamp, screen record, and embarrass me. But I guarantee he will shoot better than 21% from 3 this season, which is what he shot for the Clippers in the 25 games or 26 games that we had him. And mind you, we went 15-11 in the 26 games that he played. And one of those losses, he only played 5 minutes at Portland, which was our biggest game of the season. And I think you could maybe see right then and there that the writing could have been on the wall that Ben Mathurin might not be back because he had 3 bad games in a row after starting his Clipper tenure in tremendous fashion. He had 3 bad games in a row, and Ty Lue basically benches him in the biggest game of the season. That's when you knew something was up, and maybe he wouldn't be a Clipper again. And then after we got Max Strus and had like 17 dudes on the roster, I was like, yeah, he's not coming back. So we didn't get Peyton Watson or Ben Mathurin, which I think is an L. I think that's a big, no. I don't think we've had a bad offseason, but it hasn't been good. Until this Kawhi trade goes through, it's not necessarily good. And I don't feel any more confident about the team now this season being competitive without Ben Mathurin. Because, yes, now it's awesome. Wagler gets the keys to that second unit. I really hope so. But I'm going to be disappointed if Bradley Beal is anything but a third string in the depth chart to start the season. He shouldn't be anything more, to be honest with you. But yeah, Ben Mathurin is gone, and it's sad. I'm going to be rooting for him in New Orleans. Thank God I didn't get his jersey, because that would have been bad to play 26 games. I'm sorry for anybody that did. 17.4 points per game, 5.5 rebounds a game. He definitely did a good job on the glass. 2.5 assists, 1 steal on 43, 21, 86 split. So the only shooting split that I think is good there is free throw shooting. When you look at his, play type efficiency on Synergy, and I'm going to pull that up right now so you guys can see it. We're going to see where Ben ranks in certain categories with the numbers. So I'm going to pull that on the screen if you're watching on YouTube right now. So here we go. So as a pick and roll ball handler, his points per possession rating was average. Now, if you want to include pick and roll ball handler, including passes, he's still average, right? Then you've got transition is not even like, it says he's very good in transition, and he shot 57.5% in transition, but we weren't really a transition team. Isolation, very good. Very good. 15. Well, it says he shot 35%, but I think it's because he gets to the free throw line so much. I think that's part of why he has very good efficiency in isolation, according to Synergy, points per possession. If you ISO including passes, he's still very good. So he's a good isolation player based on Synergy's data. He's a good isolation player because he gets to the line. Now, spot up, below average. If you look at it, spot up jumper, open jumpers, you got 3. It says 3 for 6. That's bad. I don't get it. Spot up, it says he was 14 for 40. 14 for 40 with the Clippers on spot up. That's pretty vague, right? Should we pull up the clips? If you want me to pull up the clips, let me know in the comments. But yeah, so I mean, that data is not that crazy, right? Like, it's not that bad. It's really not. Let's look at the shot types. Okay, here we go. Guarded below average. Jump shot. Oh, that's catch and shoot. Let's see. Jump shot. I don't want catch and shoot. Off the dribble jumper. Here we go. Perfect. Poor. 34 for 116. 29% on off the dribble jumpers. So if he, to me, just stuck with catch and shoot, which he's still not great, 31% based on the data. But you know what? Let's take a look at them right now. Why not? Let's just take a look at them. Let's see. Should we go threes? Let's go catch and shoot threes and see what it looks like. Okay. We're going to go oldest first. We're going to take a look at this, and we're going to see what it looks like. But let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think about this Ben Mathurin situation? Shout out to my man, Showtime Nick, one of my mods. He says, I had a Dwight Howard jersey in 12 and 13. Why did I regret that? For the Lakers? Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so what we've learned so far from the Synergy data is that Bennedict Mathurin in isolation, based on points per possession relative to league average, is considered a very good. Pull-up jumper and contested jumper, not so good. Now we're going to take a look at his catch and shoot situations right here with the data on Synergy. So here we go. Everybody can see. Everybody can see. Okay. Let's take a look at this. This is all the catch and shoot threes he got as a member of the Clippers. Let's see if they're really all good looks. See, Kobe Sanders gave the ball up there too early. He's going to need to get more comfortable with those pick and roll reads. So this is a broken possession. Oh, but he still gets a wide open three. Good look. Brick. But I remember he started out pretty cold as a Clipper. He started making shots. It took him a couple games to start making shots. Really, that game against Denver, the lid went off the basket. And that sucks. Like, he had 38 points against Denver last year. That was my favorite game I went to all season long. Amazing vlog on the channel. If somebody can link it in the comments, that would be really appreciated. It's like, that's not a... Okay, so that goes down as a Like, that goes down as a catch and shoot, but like that was contested. That wasn't an open catch and shoot 3. So let's ignore that one. He's 0 for 1 right now. That was end of the shot clock. Here we go. This is the game I was referencing. If somebody has the comments, man, please, it has it, the link, please post it. Such a good video. Jamal Murray missing that free throw late. It's like, that's not wide open to me, but he hit it. Like, so I'm not even going to count that either. Like, that's not even an open 3 to me. So we're going to still stick with 0 for 1. By the way, we're still going to talk about Jordan Miller's injury. Don't think I forgot. That's not open. That's end of the shot clock. So see, like that type of shit skews your, like, not skews your percentage, but like it's misleading. Like when you miss those kinds of shots, end of the shot clock, you're basically taking one for the team because the probability of you making that shot is not going to be high. Here we go again. 1 on the shot clock. Like that doesn't count to me. That's a catch and shoot jumper. It's not wide open. That's bailout because no one else is going to do it. So 0 for 1 still. The 3-pointer at the end of this Orlando Magic game was definitely wide open. That was a good look. Great play by Kobe Sanders. That's open. And he hits it. 1 for 2. 50% right now. Here it is. This is the one. Yannick with the block. We're out in transition. Ben's looking for Kawhi. Gets it to him. Kawhi's got 3 bodies around him. Gets it right back to Ben. Straight on 3. No good. So 1 for 3. Minnesota. We balled out this game. Okay. Chris Dunn against DiVincenzo. Nothing going on. 4 on the shot clock. This is a bad, like this is going to be a bailout again. Yeah, give it to him with 1 on the shot. I mean, are you kidding me? 3 of these have been late shot clock. We're 1 for 3 still. Like, this is what I'm saying. The percentages, another one, 1.2 on the shot clock. Oh man, have we been bamboozled, Clipper Nation, with these percentages? This is crazy. It's 1 for 3. 1 for 3 on open threes. Okay, Garland's debut. Late shot clock again. This doesn't count. These are not clean looks. 1 for 3. This has been, oh my God, he's gotten more end of shot clock threes than actual open looks. That's not wide open. He made it. I'm not counting that. That's not wide open. He had a guy. He was sagging off a bit, but he had a hand up. So 1 for 3 still. A lot of pull-up mid-ranges and 18-footers too that like he just doesn't hit. So you can stay away from those. That's open. In and out. Okay, 1 for 4. Do you guys like when I show film like this, Clipper Nation? There's 36 people in the comments and no one's talking. Come on. The way Jordan Miller balances on one leg like that. Again, end of the shot clock. Chris Dunn throws him a grenade. Like, what? I mean, can you believe this, guys? 1 for 4, I'm saying, on open threes. He's gotten 5 end of the shot clock grenades. Crazy. Here comes another one. We'll say that's open. We'll say that's open. It was a grenade, but it was a pretty clean look. 1 for 5. That's a good look. 2 for 6. Don't tell me he shot this. Oh, he did it, didn't he? Yeah, like he can totally do away with those. Like take Cat off the dribble. 2 for 6 still. Steal by Kawhi. Oh, this was the Minnesota game I was thinking of. That other one was the one that Ant made that shot. That's a clean look. Boom. 3 for 7. 3 for 7. He's actually shooting decently on these open threes. Yeah, like did we know that he had this many grenades? Like I didn't. Chicago game, was I at this? I don't think I was at this game. That's not. No, that's end of the shot clock again. I mean, that's 6 of them that have been end of the shot clock. Which I think I was at the Chicago game. It's just very not. It's not a very memorable game. They kind of hung around, pulled away at the end. Remember, we're still talking about Jordan Miller after this is over. So right now he's 3 for 7. That's not wide open. If he shoots that, that's not open. That's a hand in his face. These are bad shots. So I'm saying he can stay away from these. His percentage would be much better. Wait, hold on. Did we just miss one? No. Okay. Kawhi double teamed. Well, actually, no. Then they commit to the double. 1 pass away. Chris Dunn passes up an open 3. That's a clean look. 3 for 8. Is this that bad loss we had to Sacramento? Man. Low catch. Still count. That was a clean look. Just not a great pass by Kawhi. 3 for 9. This isn't that many attempts, though, guys, if you haven't noticed. That doesn't count. That's not an open shot. That was desperation because we're down by 9 with 1:15 left. 3 for 9. Garland against Harrison Barnes on the ISO. Pick and roll. Ben Mathurin lifts. That's not open. It's 5 on the shot. He didn't need to take that. Didn't need to take that at all. These are bad shots. 3 for 9 right now, Clipper Nation, on open threes off the catch for Ben. That's not open. If he shoots this is not open. That's not. And he hesitated. I mean, come on. These are just, you can just do away. You can just do away with those. He can just do away with those. I shouldn't say we because he's not with the Clippers anymore, but 3 for 9 still, Clipper Nation. The sample size is not that small. All right, that's a good look. Miss. 3 for 10. So far, it's not great still, even with the open threes. There are some that he made off the dribble, like against drop coverage, that I thought were decent shots as well. But most teams are going to go under the screen with him. That's open. 3 for 11. Kawhi. Whole defense is loaded up on him. It's not open to me. I'm not counting it. I guess like that was kind of open. It was off a ball swing. Like 4. We'll count it. 4 for 11. That's not open. Again, it's just he can just do away with these. So many of these are just not good shots. All right, here we go. This looks like it's going to be open. Okay, well, that's open. 4 for 12. All right, and this is the last game of the season. Wide open. 4 for 13. Playing game. 4 for 13 right now. This looks like it's going to be open. Yep. I think he hit this. Yeah. 5 for 14. If he makes this one, he'd be 40% if it's open. Nope, that's not open. He made it, didn't he? No. Yeah, he made it, but that doesn't count. 5 for 14. I think this might be the last one here, Clipper Nation. And Dime Tripper fam might not all be Clipper Nation. Ooh, I like that cut he made. See, Ben was actually a decent cutter, too. I didn't even really mention that. There it is. This is open. Wide open. Hit it. 6 for 15. Oh, there's another one. Ooh, looks like that's wide open too. I hesitated. Why? Oh, you made it still. 7 for 60. Okay, guys, we just did it. We just watched every single Bennedict Mathurin catch and shoot three as a Clipper, and only 16 of them were wide open or like open shots. The other ones were contested. He shot 7 for 16. He's not that bad of a shooter if he takes the right shots. But that's a big, if. And it's an if that the Clippers weren't willing to, take a chance on. So it's unfortunate, but I think he still could be a really good player. I think we made a mistake. I think we did. Now let's talk about Jordan Miller real quick. My goodness, what awful news this was. Jordan Miller has torn his rotator cuff in a summer workout, and he's going to be out at least 6 months following shoulder surgery. That means he's going to be out till February, maybe March. So essentially like the whole season. It's exactly what we did not want to see or hear. And just all I can say is get well soon, Jordan. Get well soon, bro, because he took a huge step last season, averaged 10 points a game, fan favorite. We drafted him in 2023, and he took that next step this season. And I was looking forward to seeing him grow even more. This is a setback for him, and hopefully not a big one. And he comes back even stronger. It's tough. It's really tough. This is a big blow for us because he was going to be a guy that not just scored for us off the bench, but handled the ball off the bench, created some stuff off the bench. His ability to get in the paint and get fouled, not as good as Mathurin, but it's really good as well. And his balance off one leg and the ability to finish through contact off one leg is quite remarkable. One of the better, decelerations in the league. But it's really unfortunate, man. So now we have Jordan Miller and Yannick out. So now let's look at the updated rotation, Clipper Nation, and our payroll as well. So assuming, and we're operating with the in the event that Brandon Ingram is a Clipper and not Kawhi Leonard, this is what our payroll looks like. Darius Garland. I don't want to do this one because Kawhi Leonard's there. Let's go Clippers contracts. I think Hoopsite might have it. Okay. With Brandon Ingram. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Darius Garland is our highest paid player. Then you have Brandon Ingram, Max Strus, Rui Hachimura, Derek Jones Jr., Keaton Wagler, Brooke Lopez, Grady Dick, Isaiah Jackson, Bradley Beal, Chris Dunn, Jordan Miller, Yannick, Kobe Sanders. Ignore Yuki Kawamori. He's on an Exhibit 10. Baba Miller makes 15. I don't know why they don't have John I. Broom here. So that's 16, and then Cam Christie makes 17. So we need to chop off 2 of them. And my prediction is going to be that John I. Broom gets waived or traded, and then Cam Christie just doesn't get the guarantee, and he's gone as well. That's my prediction. Then we roll with those 15, which is a lot of guards. So now what's the updated rotation? So I got Garland, Strus. I know my boy Justin said Dunn, which I'm fine with as well, but I'm going with Strus and Garland in the backcourt, Ingram, Rui, and Lopez in the front court. And then off the bench, we'll have Keaton Wagler now running the show, which is nice. Derek Jones Jr., who's fantastic. Chris Dunn. I guess it's kind of redundant to have both of them off the bench, but damn, they're both going to be good defenders, so you still have them there. They'll give good protection for Wagler. And then if it were up to me, obviously you have to have a backup big, Ijax or Yannick. And then I would say Kobe Sanders, not Bradley Beal. Because if it's Bradley Beal, you have 4 guys who are like 6'5". Like, you got Brad Beal, who's like 6'3". Keaton Wagler is 6'5". Derek Jones Jr. is 6'5". Chris Dunn is like 6'3". So it's 6'3 to 6'5 guys for four players. And Ijax, who's already undersized. It's got to be Kobe Sanders. And even Kobe Sanders instead of Beal makes us small. But I just don't see. There's not much offense there, though, with Wagler. You know what I mean? Derek Jones Jr. and Chris Dunn. And Ijax. Kobe Sanders gives you a little bit. You might need Beal. Like, that's. We might need to make a consolidation trade of some sort. I don't know if we could have Derek and Chris Dunn anymore. I don't know. Then what's Beal's? Like, what? I don't get it. Like, Nah, just forget about it. Forget about Beal. Sanders. Our bench is not that great. Now that we don't have Ben Mathurin, it's not that great. But guess what? We're putting all the eggs in the Wagler basket. If he struggles to score a little bit, then you bring in Beal. But what are you going to do? Bench Wagler? So it's just a little messy. It's just a little messy in my opinion. But get well soon, Jordan Miller, man. This is tough. And I'm not happy with this Ben Mathurin thing. I think we've had a pretty good offseason all in all. If the Kawhi trade goes through. If the Kawhi trade doesn't go through, it doesn't matter. It's a shitty offseason until then. But let's say the Kawhi trade does go through. I think it's been a solid offseason. We got Wagler, which is a huge W. Just the fact that we got the 5th pick is a huge W. And then the Kawhi trade, we getting the draft capital and accepting that era is over and moving on to the next. I think that is something that we've needed to do, and it's really important and great that we did it, especially getting the picks back that we did or that we're going to get back. But the part where, and I like Strus as well, but the part where we really fucked up is Bradley Beal and not Mathurin. And I didn't mention this yet, but this is all about relationships. Ben Mathurin clearly, to some extent, I don't know what happened with him and Ty Lue towards the end, but if he's getting benched in one of the most important games of the season, something had to have happened. And then for Beal, he has such a great relationship with Ty Lue. He has a great relationship with Darius Garland. So you have to think that played a part in this. The human aspect that we don't see as the outside fan. Here's the thing. I don't give a shit. Bradley Beal's old, and he's making $7 million. But here's the thing, and I'm just more afraid that he's going to get a role. I don't want him to get a role. If he's a third stringer on the bench mentor, I'm cool with that. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. So we'll see. I'm not too high on this team right now, Clipper Nation. I mean, here's the thing. I'm excited to root for them. I'm going to be optimistic about we can be better than people think. But we're not going to be that good. But here's the thing. I asked for this. I didn't ask for us bringing back the corpse of Bradley Beal coming off hip surgery, though. And I wanted Mathurin back. But I did ask for a retool, no Kawhi, new era. And we're getting that, and I'm more excited about it than I would be with Kawhi. And especially with Plumber Jim, who I'm so thankful that I get to talk about that in past tense. So, Clipper Nation, again, what will it take for you to be a member of my channel? I know a lot of you guys are members of Adam's channel. He goes live more than me. I get it. I do Locked On Clippers. An episode on the Ben Mathurin thing is out now on that. What would you need from me? More production? I don't know. Let me know. I'm going to definitely ramp it up this season. I can't promise a members only live, but again, members can jump in the live now starting this season. So, let me know what you think. And if you want to just support the channel, it's really appreciated because I don't think I make enough money doing this. And one day, I'm not going to be Locked On forever. So one day I would, like to just do this full time in addition to the coaching stuff. So peace out, everyone. Signing off from Los Angeles. Go Clippers. You already know how it goes. Let me know in the comments what you thought of us not bringing back Ben Mathurin. Clearly, very deliberately not bringing him back. And the Jordan Miller injury. Peace, everybody. Have a great night. Go Clippers.